Hey, what's good? What's good, peoples? What's goody? So we got some updated news today and questions to be answered. Should Jerome Boots Ennis move up in weight? Vacate the belts and move up in weight? Is he wasting his time at 147? The fuck? Oops. Is he wasting his time at 147, Jerome Boots Ennis? Is he ever going to get the opportunity to unify the belts at 147? It looked like that opportunity is never going to come. And people in boxing, they simply just don't understand. They don't understand. They don't take the time out to understand. But again, boxing is the Wild Wild West. All people know is what they want to know, and that's it. That's all. Right? Is he ever going to be? Stanionis is complaining about the offer he was made. Barrios complaining about the offer he was made. Brian Norman. Y'all can say what you want. That, oh, well, this narrative is continuing to be created that says, well, as long as it's more money than he's ever made in his career, he should just accept it. Well, I said this to somebody earlier, that just because, imagine this, right? Because this is what we do. We base it off of what they made in the past. Now, certain situations, require that. Not every situation. So the thing is, okay, take this into consideration. Yes, Brian Norman, according to Eddie Hearn, he stated that. You understand, like, another thing is that, before we get into that, another thing is that depending upon where it stands for you and what you want to see, that's what you'll flow with. For instance, when I said about Hearn and his statements made with Shakur, everybody said, well, how you know it's true? Now Eddie Hearn says Brian Norman only made $100,000 last fight, and that's golden. Now everybody's like, see, he only made $100,000. He might as well take what Boots is giving him. Make it make sense. Okay, so Eddie Hearn is claiming that Brian Norman only made $100,000 in his last fight. Cool. Does that mean he's supposed to take shortcomings for this fight because he only made a certain amount, a low amount in his last fight? We gotta make this make sense. The whole point, he's putting himself in position so that he can make more money. That's the whole point. The whole point of him becoming a world champion is for his legacy and to be able to put himself in position to feed his family moving forward. So why would he settle for less just because it says that he made more money? It's going to be more money he made so he made $100,000 his last fight, and this fight he's going to make $800. Now, the caliber opponent in his last fight didn't come close to Ron Boots Ennis, did it? And it wasn't a unification bout. Those things have to be taken into consideration. It wasn't a unification bout. It wasn't Jerome Boots Ennis. Jerome Boots Ennis is the biggest threat to the welterweight division. He is seen as the best fighter in the division. So there's where the difference lies, right? Did he fight the best fighter in his division, his last fight, when he made $100,000? No, he didn't. And was it a unification bout? No, it wasn't. Was he even favored in the fight? No, he wasn't. He went to somebody else's backyard. So he already made the sacrifice. Why would he make it again? This is what he worked his, this is his goal. This is what he was working for, to get to a unification. And you got to think about this, right? Because I see people saying, well, I see content creators saying that, you know, everybody knows the numbers, so on and so forth. Well, it's just common sense. All you gotta do is sense. You don't have to be in the back. You don't have to be at the negotiation table. It's common. And when you listen to the promoters, you listen to what Eddie Hearn said. They all confirmed it, that it was $1.7 million. So common sense. You don't have to be at the negotiation to stand common sense. He said that he was getting 1.7. Eddie Hearn said that that's what they was offering, and everybody confirmed that he has to pay Top Rank to cross the street. Right? Eddie Hearn said it's not his job to worry about people in bad contracts. Well, it is your job to worry about people in bad contracts on the other side, because a fighter that's looking to gain something from those fighters. So what do you mean? So if okay, so you go up to 154 and these fighters in bad contracts, Boots is going to be in the same position he was at 147. Where's the growth for Jaron Ennis? Where's the growth? Blue, you need to stop for real. You not calling a spade now that Brian Norman has a belt. He's the B-side, so pay the promoters. Monica Johnson, peace and blessings, queen. What are you talking about? Here we go again. Low IQ fans in the sport of boxing. What are you talking about? Boxing fans have the lowest IQ of all fans in all the sports across the board. JJ Short Deuce was good. Jamal Rogers, why are you even here? Go sit at the kitty table. Goodbye. We're not going to entertain foolishness. Craig Pruitt, what's up, family? We're not going to entertain foolishness. You was already warned. So therefore, he says that, so he's a champion. He's taking the risk. He's going to go to Philadelphia. Eddie Hearn is saying that Philadelphia is the gate. Understood. What I'm saying is, Jaron Boots Ennis needs to get the belt from Brian Norman. He needs to get the belt from Mario Barrios. He needs to get the belt from Amanda Stanionis. Just Do Boxing. What's up, family? So he's the one in the position of need, not them. What are you talking about? They have what he wants. They can take it or leave it with him. He needs what they have. Stanionis ain't going to 154. Barrios ain't planning to go to 154 no time soon. It's Brian Norman. He wants to collect the belts. They're not in a rush to be undisputed. None said that they was in a... Mario Barrios, they never said he was in a rush to be undisputed. Stanionis never said he was in a rush to be undisputed. Neither did Brian Norman. Brian Norman's 23 years old. He got time. Ron, what's up, family? Brian Norman has time. Boots is the one that's up against the clock. What part of this are people not understanding? What part of this are people not understanding? He says he's trying to use Boots' name. He's not ready. Again, this is the low IQ fans in this. And what are you talking about? He's trying to use Boots' name when Boots was the one that reached out to him. Make this make sense. What part are you? What 1 + 1 in the sport of boxing never equals 58. How could he possibly? Y'all just regurgitate everything somebody told you. You dudes, you people come here and regurgitate the nonsense you was told instead of using your own common sense. How could Brian Norman be using when he had no plans and no interest in fighting Jaron Boots Ennis? He wasn't talking about fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis was talking about fighting him. Boots called him out. Boots reached out to him. He didn't reach out to Boots, so how could he be using Boots' name? Ace Dub, what's up? How How could he possibly be using Boots' name when Boots was the one that called out? Romel Dub, what's up? He said, okay, see, make the fight then. Look at this. Bozy said what it is, so make the fight. Bro, you started off by saying he was using Boots' name to promote himself. And now you switching the goalposts. You see, this is the low vibration in the sport of boxing. Is he using Boots' name or is he not? What is it? Boots and his team reached out to him. He didn't reach out to Boots. He was negotiating for a fight with Teofimo Lopez. What are you? You started this by saying he was Boots. He's using Boots' name because Eddie Hearn told you that nonsense, bro, and you regurgitated it. Hannibal, what's up? You regurgitate nonsense without even using your own common sense. How can he be using name for promotion when he's asking for a certain number and willing to concede and go to Philadelphia? Boots reached out to him, and then they said he's ducking. He didn't reach out to Boots. He was negotiating with Teofimo Lopez. Muscle up, Cab. What's family? So what are you talking about? Right. Again, there has to be a sacrifice on both parts. If I'm sacrificing and coming to Philly, you sacrifice and overpay me. That's the way it has to go. By your method, overpaying, because I'm gonna come $1 million if I'm gonna fight Jerron Boots Ennis. Again, like I said yesterday, would you advise anybody to take? I put Jerron Ennis in the same conversation with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Would you advise anybody to fight Terrence Spence and unifying the belts and go to their backyard as a world champion, your first title defense at 23 years old, and only walk away with $800,000? Please stop. Please stop. When that's not even in your plans, you had other plans. Please make this make sense. Top rank, you just got the belt. Your first title defense is going to be in Philly in Boots' backyard in a unification at 23 years old for your first title, and you're going to only make $800,000? Man, come on, man. GT Entertainment, what's up? Make it make sense, man. Use your brain. So Eddie Hearn is saying, oh, they was using his name. How could they use his name when Boots reached out to him? That doesn't even make. And then second of all, you saying they offered a 1.5. Understanding deductions because they revealed the business of the sport of boxing. So there's deductions. He have top rank. $375,000 just to go and be for them to agree for him to even go fight Boots. So if they're giving him $1.5 million, okay? If they're giving him $1.5 million, right? And he has to pay top rank right out the gate $375,000 just to come over there and fight Boots. Boots has to sacrifice for him to be able to come fight me in my backyard on my side of the street because he's with another promoter. We claim we don't like this other side of the street talk, but his contract, he has to pay a percentage to his promoter. So therefore, if you're Jerron Ennis, you're paying for him to come to your side of the street. You know he's trapped over there. In the future, what are you going to do? Not pay him? Because his stock is going to go up as long as he's victorious. If he fights Teofimo Lopez, the price goes up. And if he beats Teofimo Lopez, if he fights a Stanionis or Barrios and beats them, his price go up. So then what? Meanwhile, because your promoter is not trying to pay anybody, and he knows this, he knows the boxing situation, the business of boxing. Who's phone? Somebody phone. He knows the business of boxing, right? He knows the business of boxing. It's bad contract. In order for Boots to get these fights, he's going to have to sacrifice so that Boots can unify these belts. Period. He says, so why don't nobody want to fight Boots? Because they're scared. Well, I mean, the dude is a phenom. So you're gonna take us, you're gonna pay me. What are you talking about? That's obvious. That's with anybody. That's why when you fight the level of fighters these fighters are, you got to pay a lot of money because it's a high risk. That's common sense. We already know that in boxing. That's nothing new. You're gonna have to pay like you weigh when you wanna fight the upper echelon. Boxing World said, Blue, stop timing people out. Now I'm gonna time you out. How about that? You go sit at the kiddie table, have some dinosaur chicken, applesauce sippy cup. Go ahead. Give them some Mott's, applesauce, whatever. Go sit at the kiddie table. Don't tell me what to do. So therefore, right, what I'm saying is this, right, is that, this is how the sport of boxing operates. We know there's corruption in the sport of boxing. Brian Norman, when he signed the Top Rank, he didn't have a name. He didn't have a belt. He just was signing with potential at a very young age. He's only 23. So Hearn is aware of this. So Eddie Hearn is pretending he don't, inside the square circle, my brother King Judah, what's up? Eddie Hearn is pretending he don't understand. Brian Norman signed, he's only 23 years old. What kind of contract you thought that Top Rank was going to give him at 23 years old? Come on, man, make this make sense. So he signed to Top Rank with potential. So what kind of deal did you think they was going to give him? Then he gets an upset over Centillion and becomes the world champion, right? Now his contract automatically extends because he became a world champion with them. So now he automatically got another 3 years. That's how it operates in boxing, if you guys are not aware. When you win a world title with a promotional company, your contract automatically extends because they got you a world title. So now his contract got extended, right? So the problem is not Jerron Ennis, it's not Boots Ennis, it's Eddie Hearn. They never wanted to pay anybody to begin with. Yeah, that sounds good, but Eddie Hearn walking away with it at the end of the day because he knows that Brian knows the sacrifice. So you're paying for the sacrifice for him to cross the side of the street. It's only $500,000. So don't look at the overall number. Well, he's offering 1.7. It's 500,000. So just as easily as people can say, well, he should have took the big money. Well, you could look at Matchroom and say, well, they could have paid him the extra 500,000. Simple. And we have a fight. As easy as you can say that, as easy as you can say it's on the flip side. Well, they should have just, you mean to tell me Eddie Hearn and Matchroom don't have 500,000 to give to Brian Norman? Because they basing it off of what he made in the past? Because in the past he only made $100,000? That sounds good. Whole reason, so let me ask you a question. If you go to, I said this before, if you go to med school and you once you come out of med school and you get a job at a hospital, do that hospital give you, once you come out of med school, do the hospital be like, well, we ain't gonna pay you what other doctors and their potential are. We gonna pay you based off of what you made in the past. And since you was working at McDonald's in the past, we gonna pay you based off McDonald's. Bro, that's the whole reason I went to med school, to up my status. And now I up my status so I can have a career and get paid like I weigh. Simple. It's just that simple. So why are we talking about what he made in the past? He made $100,000. He should be grateful. He should be grateful. He's taking a band up. What up, nephew? He's taking a high risk fight, and you want him to take a low reward? Like, make this make sense. In this situation, Jerron Boots Ennis sacrificing in this situation. Think about that. What is he sacrificing in here? Nothing. When you look at other fighters in their situation, right? They all had to take sacrifice. Devin Haney sacrificed. Ryan Garcia in the Tank Davis fight, right? Tank Davis made a sacrifice. He jumped up from 130 to 140 to fight Mario Barrios it was interim title, but he jumped up in weight, right? You make a sacrifice. In this case, in this situation, what sacrifice is Boots making? He's gonna fight at home. He don't have to worry about paying extra money to his promoter for leaving the side of the street. He's got a belt, so he's in a win-win. Like, we got to make this make sense. And if Brian Norman, you got to look at this. If you want Brian Norman to be the sacrificial lamb, you got to sacrifice something so that he comes over there and fight you. Simple. You're paying for the belt. Don't tell me what Brian Norman did in the past. Let me give y'all another example. This is how you know when Eddie Hearn is full of it, right? In certain situations, when he wants to pay. When it was Anthony Joshua, he overpaid drastically Charles Martin. Charles Martin got like $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua in the bout because he saw an easy route, and they cut Deontay Wilder off because Deontay Wilder was going to fight Charles Martin. But then they ended up paying Charles Martin $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua, and Al Heyman was like, "Are you going to get $7 million?" Charles Martin, he actually lost the fight he was having for the vacant belt, but his opponent got injured in the fight. Now make that make sense. Oh, y'all thought I forgot. See, and that was Eddie Hearn. When it was Anthony Joshua trying to unify the belts with Charles Martin, IBF belt, oddly enough. Charles Martin had the IBF belt, right? Anthony Joshua, they overpaid Charles Martin, gave him $7 million to come over there and fight because, why? They said, well, that's because, he came to the UK. Charles Martin went to the UK. Charles Martin had a belt. He was undefeated. Did Eddie Hearn tell you, well, we ain't paying Charles Martin $7 million to come over here and fight Anthony Joshua because he only made $200,000 prior to that? Did you hear them say that? No, you didn't hear them say that. Rodriguez Jackson TV, what's up? Charles Martin went to the UK for Anthony Joshua in unification bout. Now think about that. And Eddie Hearn paid Charles Martin $7 million. The autism boy, what's up, family? So you gonna tell me that he $500K? Make this make sense, people. We got to make this make sense. Now it's an issue that Brian Norman won. He's like, I almost threw up in my food when he asked for more money. But you paid Charles Martin $1 million? Brian Norman won the belt by stoppage, by dramatic knockout stoppage, nasty form. He put on a dazzling performance in Santillion's backyard in San Diego as Charles Martin won the belt. No disrespect, because I love Prince Charles Martin, right? But Charles Martin won the belt, the IBF belt, due 3 default because his opponent had suffered an injured leg. He was winning the fight, and then his leg got injured, and they saw an easy lick, and they overpaid Charles Martin so that he didn't fight Deontay Wilder in the unification because Charles Martin was supposed to unify the belts against Deontay Wilder. And nope. Oh, let's overpay Charles Martin to bring that belt over here so we'll have left over Deontay Wilder. And they gave Charles Martin $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua. Now make that make sense. Make that make sense. But now Brian Norman, $500,000, and that's unheard of. Make this make sense. Nobody knew who Charles Martin was. Charles Martin had that fight. His opponent, he was losing the fight. Brian Norman won the fight clearly. He stopped his opponent. Charles Martin won by default. And you paid him $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua. But you won't pay an extra $500,000 so Boots can get the fight? The value is different, right? This shit with Anthony Joshua is different. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. This dude said, how much is he going to get? How much is Brian Norman making on the Keyshawn card? Don't matter how much he making on the Keyshawn card. How much is Boots going to make to fight Cameron in a rematch? Do you think he's going to make the same money that he's going to make in Norman? Of course not, right? Do you want to see Boots fight Karen Chuga? No, of course not, right? So what does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? That's not that's him as the A side, and he gonna defend his belts. He gonna defend his. You stop, bro. You annoying me, brother. Goodbye. Goodbye. Go somewhere. You're starting to annoy me, bro. Goodbye. So anyway, like I said, so he's going to he's going to fight Karen, vacate the belts now. So he's losing out on his legacy for $500,000. So make this make sense. Ennis, they said they offered Ennis $1 million, and he laughed at it, and they said he's pricing himself out. So everything Boots want to do, he ain't gonna be able to do because Eddie Hearn don't want to pay. Vega that Buster, what's up, family? Make this make sense. Eddie Hearn don't want to make the sacrifice, so he don't want to pay. So Boots is going to miss out on opportunities. What's different than his last situation? Explain to me that. When he was with Cameron Duncan Showtime, what's different? How's he benefiting? The fact that he's headlining at home? That's the only difference. He's trying to, like Boots said, he's fighting for a legacy. He's fighting to collect the belts. Help him do that. That's what Matchroom is supposed to be doing. Helping him being able to put him in a position where he's collecting the belts and he's securing the belts. Playing hardball with his opponents, with the other champions, that ain't it. And once he, let's say Jerron Ennis was to fight Brian Norman, beat Brian Norman. Well, guess what? Now he got more of an argument when he go to the table with Stanionis and Barrios. Number 3, what's up? And other fighters. Now he's creating leverage. Now he's creating leverage for himself. Karen Chuga, how does that help anything? How does that benefit anything? So Hearn is saying he's going to fight rematch Karen and or he's going to vacate the belts. That's what Eddie Hearn's saying. Robert Chandler, what's up, family? So what did he gain by being with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom? He didn't do anything. Denzel Horton, what's up, family? And Karen gonna take the fight because it's another opportunity at a world title for free. The bigger question, Denzel, is why is the IBF even ordering Boots to fight Karen? That's nasty work. Bro just picked up the belt, defended against. He should have just went ahead and fought Karen instead of fighting David Avenesian. He fought David Avenesian, was a waste of time. He should have just fought Karen Chuga. He should have just fought him right out the gate in Philly and got it over with. Because what did he gain? Nice Karen, and people were saying, hey, he got exposed and he ain't what people think he is and so on and so forth. Imagine he fight Karen and it's a repeat. Now I believe that he'll make adjustments and I hope he knock him out. Imagine if it's a repeat. Think about that. Enzo 88, what's good? That's gonna hurt his stock. That's gonna hurt his brand. People after the Karen Chuga fight, people was saying that he was exposed. He ain't what people thought he was. Imagine it's a repeat performance. Then people gonna be like, it's a style matchup. It's a problem with the style matchup, right? Because when he fought Villa And when he fought David Avanesian after the Karen fight, he looked spectacular. Now, if he fight Karen in a rematch and he has the same type of performance, then people gonna be like, bro, it's a bad style matchup. Oh, you can't deal with this style. Oh, you guys spoke. That hurt his brand. That's what that's gonna do. It's gonna hurt his brand. So why would you even run the risk unnecessarily when you could, hey, bro, it's either Brian Norman unification or Karen Kachuga. So why wouldn't I just go ahead and pay Brian Norman an extra $500,000? It's worth protecting his brand. I have no doubt he's gonna beat Karen, but sometimes there are people that have awkward style for your style, and they can make you look bad, even in the win. You understand what I'm saying? Even in the win, there's certain stuff that could just make your style look bad. So how does that benefit him at all? It doesn't benefit him. So it would have been, hey, bro, Boots should have stepped on the gas like, hey, bro, just listen, I'll sacrifice the $500,000, or I'll meet you halfway. I'll sacrifice $250,000. Y'all give them the extra $250,000. They go to $500,000. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, meet me halfway, y'all. I'm gonna sacrifice whatever y'all paying me. Subtract $250,000, send it to him, and y'all pay the extra $250,000. Let's send it to him. I gotta get that belt. Plain and simple. Because you can't miss something you didn't have. So he didn't get anyway. So let's just pretend that they was going to pay you $250,000 less than what you knew. Simple. Like if they was going to give you 3.5, just imagine they was giving you 3.2. That's it. That's all. Hey, what they giving you for this fight? 3.2 instead of 3.5. Now you got the belt. You created more leverage. Now you move forward. Now what you do is in your next fight you tack on $250,000 to make up for the $250,000 that you had to sacrifice. And now you got two belts, showcase fights, two showcase fights at home, a unification at home that you sell out. You created leverage. Now you created even more leverage. I got two belts, two sold out shows in my backyard. Hey, what's up, Mario Barrios? Now I'll fight Mario Barrios in Vegas in a unification bout for 3 belts. You understand? You created leverage. And now in the Mario Barrios, you the A side again. Now you the A side again with Mario Barrios. Now you tell Matchroom and DAZN, hey, listen, whatever we doing, tack on $250,000 to put back the money that I had to sacrifice for Brian Norman. Simple. And you make the sacrifice for to be able to put yourself in position to be able to create leverage. That's it. That's all. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what it is that it's just silence, man. When you silent, closed mouths don't get fed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Floyd had to make sacrifices. All fighters got to make sacrifices, man. So if you Boots in this situation, staying quiet is a mistake, bro. You're supposed to force their hand. Hey, bro, man, bro, listen. Take what you gonna pay me 3.5. I'm hypothetically speaking. I don't know. You gonna pay me 3.5, bro? Pay me 3.2. Give him 250, and y'all please meet him. Match me with the 250. That's 500,000 right there. Give him the 500,000. Let's get it on November 9th in my backyard. Unification bout. I beat you. I knock you out. I do whatever. I'm the unified WBO IBF champion. I'm already the man in division. You're already the face of the division already. Now Mario Barrios, what's up? Now you what you do is you go to Barrios is fighting Pacquiao, look like they could fight in December or whatever. You ring at the fight. Hey, I'm gonna be ringside at the Pacquiao Barrios fight, calling them out and Stanionis out. What's up? And you take the Barrios because you know Stanionis is going to stand he's standing his ground. He ain't taking no $1 million. That ain't gonna happen. So you fight Mario Barrios in Vegas. Now when you go to Stanionis, you beat Mario Barrios, as I expect. Now it's the WBC, IBF, WBO, and you fought in Vegas. You sold out. Now you got, when you go to the negotiation table to make an argument. Hey, bro, I got 3 belts. I got this, and this. Boom, 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 boom. You might have to take another minus sacrifice Stanionis. You become undisputed. Now once you move to Asian Coffee Gambling, what's up? Now once you move to junior middleweight, Uber, what are you talking about? So now once you move to junior middleweight, right? Now you got an argument, because let me explain something to y'all. It's creating leverage for the future. If Jerron Boots Ennis don't create leverage for the future, when he moved to 154, he's gonna be favorite all the welterweights, right? When he moved to 154, he don't have a dog in the fight. He has no leverage against nobody, and ain't nobody gonna pay him. Now the roles get reversed. Now people gonna be, now are you gonna sing the same tune if he go talking about, hey bro, you never made more than X, Y, and Z. I'm only paying you this. And you ain't a champion. Now what? Now what? You never had a marquee fight. If you Sebastian Fundora, you fight Errol Spence, or Errol Spence beat Fundora, or Terrence Crawford. How is he going to have any leverage against each? They're going to be like, bro, who did you fight? Who did you beat? Who did you fight and who did you beat? Did you unify the belts at welterweight? Nope. North side of Dallas, what's up? They all headline major cards. Think about that now. They all headline. What leg do you have to stand on? Now they're going to lowball you. And is the fans going to suddenly be like, man, Boots just got to take it? No. You understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? I'm saying is that for Ruben Gutierrez, what's up? To make the sacrifice to create the leverage so that he can get the fights that he's looking to get. That's what I'm saying. Because wasting time. Now, here's another situation, right? You fighting against Karen, right? Now think about this. So you fighting against Karen, right? Now think about this. You fighting against Karen, right? Imagine you fight against Karen. Now imagine, like I said, Brian Norman fights against Teofimo Lopez and gets the fight with Teofimo and wins that fight. And let's say he gets the fight with Stanionis or Barrios and wins that fight. Now they got more leverage than you. Now when they remember this, they're going to remember this negotiations. You follow what I'm saying? You, Brian Norman, you beat Teofimo Lopez. I'm just hypothetically speaking. Yee Hunter, what up, nephew? You beat Teofimo Lopez, and then you fight and beat one of the other champions, unify the belts. Now when I come to the negotiation table, I'm going to remember how you did me. And now I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, when I come to negotiation, you ain't never made X, Y, and Z. You ain't never unified the belts. You ain't never did X, Y. Think about this. If he fights Karen, who's he gonna fight after Karen? Eventually, he's gonna have to pay one of these champions, and it's gonna have to be a sacrifice. Or he's just gonna have to leave the division. And if he leaves the division, it leaves him in the same boat. It leaves him in the same boat. At 27, bro, that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, man, what I'm trying to break down to y'all, man. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, like, it doesn't benefit him to not make this. This is the sacrifice he should have made right here. Right here is the sacrifice he should have made. This is the fight. This is the sacrifice he should have did. He should have made this sacrifice right here with Brian Norman Jr. That's the one he should have did right there, because it set you up for the future. Now he got to hope again. If Mario Barrios beats Manny Pacquiao, and so on and so forth, they have a better chance of getting high profile fights because people will take a risk with them rather than with him. So he's running the risk of them putting themselves in the driver's seat in negotiations when he wants to fight them. Because it ain't about talent, it's about who's popular. Again, like I said, Floyd Mayweather, when he fought Oscar, just think, Oscar only fought one time after Floyd Mayweather fight. Oscar called all the shots. He called every last shot when it came to Floyd Mayweather, right? He was the side, right? Because it was about his status. Floyd was already a 4-division champion, the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, and a first ballot Hall of Fame and a pay-per-view star. But he had to concede to Oscar De La Hoya. You know why? Because Oscar De La Hoya was the popular fighter. He was the bigger draw. Floyd was the fighter. Oscar was the bigger draw. So he had to concede to Oscar De La Hoya. And it's the same as going to go for Boots. He's going to have to concede. Why would you put him in a position where you are in a position of power? You giving them the opportunity to reverse the roles. Why would you do such a thing? Why would you put you in a position for them to reverse the roles on you? Because they run the risk of reversing the roles on you, bro. You taking a chance that they can you run the risk that they can reverse the roles on you. Now what? Said the audio skipping. Yeah, I'm driving OT, so not surprised. Pardon me. Why Brian don't make the sacrifice? Why would Brian sacrifice? He is making the sacrifice. What part is? He's making the sacrifice. What are you talking about? He's making the biggest sacrifice. What are you talking about? Brian Norman is taking the biggest sacrifice. He's making the biggest sacrifice. What are you talking about? Why don't he make the sacrifice? He got to make all the sacrifices? What are you talking about? He's already making the sacrifices. What sacrifices is Boots making to make the fight happen? He's not making. He's making all the sacrifices. So what are you talking about? Why don't Brian Norman make the sacrifice? Bro, Boston fan. Big old Giant Stadium bill. Okay, show me which one of them is Oscar and which one is Floyd. Because there's a drastic difference. Oscar did mega pay-per-views. What mega pay-per-views did Boots do? What are you talking about? They're in the same boat. Boots is more popular with a profile as far as his potential. Neither one of them had a market. He paid his $75,000 just to be able to fight Boots. What are you talking about? He's going in Boots' backyard. What are you talking about? His first title defense at 23 years of age. He's going to fight Boots in Boots' backyard. What are you talking about? Now tell me what sacrifices is Boots making? Goodbye. Don't come back. Have a nice trip. More on Russ. So, you know, that's a sacrifice that I'm saying this for Boots. Boots needs for his legacy, to build up his legacy and to create leverage. Morons are Russ. Morons are Russ. So therefore, I'm saying this for Boots to be able to create leverage for his legacy. That's what I'm saying. And now Canelo Alvarez is saying that, you know, he's going to show Terrence Crawford that there's weight classes for a reason, which is great news to me. It's an indication that he wants to make this fight happen. Right? So with that said, right, I think that Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. I think that he has all the skills, all the tools to beat him. Yes, is it going to be walking apart? Absolutely not. Do he have his work cut out for him? Yes, sir. Should he lunchbox and hard hat? 1,000%. Because he can't make any mistakes. He got to be on par 24/7, 365. The entire time. I didn't tell you I should make the sacrifice to fight Devin Haney. I never told you that. Stop lying. I said, who am I to tell Shakur what his value is? You on the wrong platform, bro. That's the problem. Y'all be platform hopping and don't have no common sense and then try to bring what somebody else said over here. I never said that at all. What I said was that Shakur Stevenson knows his own value, period. Other people have said that Shakur should have sacrificed to get the belts because I never Stevenson is ducking. That's what I said. Haney is ducking because he made him an offer. I never said that Jaron Ennis was ducking, and I never said that Brian Norman was ducking. I said that Shakur Stevenson can't say Devin Haney was ducking, and Devin Haney's can't say Shakur's ducking because I made an offer. But the reality is Shakur values himself higher than what he offered him. Same thing that Brian did. Period. So what are you talking about? When did I say that he should have took this deal? I never said that. I said that he can't say that Devin Haney ducked him, is what I said. That's what I said. I never said that Brian Norman was ducking each other. So what are you talking about? Tell me what I said. That's the easy way for you to get blocked off this channel. Come here lying. No, I didn't say you should do what Floyd did. I never said that, and goodbye. You're a liar. Goodbye. I never said he should do what Floyd did. Never said that. What I said was Floyd made sacrifices to he's making a sacrifice right now. And Devin and Jaron Ennis a sacrifice. Right? And there's a major difference. Shakur Stevenson did not have a belt. He didn't have a belt. So what are you talking about? And they wasn't fighting in Devin Haney's backyard. That's another thing. Shakur didn't have a belt, and he wasn't fighting in Devin Haney wasn't saying fight in my backyard. So what are you talking about? You people just be coming here lying and making up stuff. Don't even use their common sense. It's completely different. Shakur was not a champion. Brian Norman is a champion. Shakur wasn't fighting Devin Haney in Devin Haney's backyard. They was gonna fight in a neutral site. What are you talking about? So Shakur said, I'm going to make myself the mandatory for the WBC. Now, what I did say was, Shakur told us that for months he was going to make himself the mandatory for the WBC, and he waited to the 11th hour. And when he waited to the 11th hour, right, that worked against him because Devin Haney was like, I'm leaving the division. Period. So what are you talking about? Brian Norman is a whole champion and going to Boots' backyard. That's completely two different things. Shakur Stevenson had no belt. It wasn't a unification bout. Devin Haney was the undisputed champion. That's it. That's all. Shakur Stevenson was going to fight Devin Haney for all 4 belts in a neutral site. What are you talking about? It's not the same thing. Y'all be making up stories to fit your narrative or listening to these other dudes on these other platforms and come here and regurgitate their nonsense. I never said he should have taken that deal. No, what I said was if he felt like Devin Haney was bluffing and never wanted to fight, then he should have called his bluff. That's what I said. And Shakur Stevenson himself said that. He should have called his bluff. But Shakur was trying to fight Devin Haney. And trying to fight Shakur Stevenson. That's the difference. In this case, Brian Norman is not trying to fight. He wasn't looking to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Brian Norman was looking to fight Teofimo Lopez September 27th. So what are you talking about? He was supposed to fight Teofimo Lopez September 27th, and Teofimo Lopez ducked out on the fight. Which is Teofimo Lopez's name is more popular and a bigger marquee fight for Brian Norman than fighting Boots in Philadelphia. And he wouldn't have to have paid $375,000 to Bob Arum to fight Teofimo Lopez. So therefore, he would have made at least $1.2 million to fight Teofimo Lopez, not having to pay Bob Arum $375,000 across the side of the street, which means he would have had to. He wouldn't have had that. He would have had, in a sense, tax-free money in a bigger marquee fight. Teofimo Lopez is a bigger name than Jaron Boots Ennis. At the very least, it's equal. Teo is a 2-division world champion. He has bigger marquee fight. To Jaron Boots Ennis, this is just the truth. Teo beat Loma, and he beat Richard Comey for the IBF title. Boots for his belt. Teo has. He beat Josh, the best fighter at 140. He beat one of the top 3 fighters at 135. There's a difference. And Teo's a champion. He would have been disputed if it wasn't for the politics. So therefore, it's a completely different situation. So if Brian Norman got the opportunity to fight Teofimo Lopez as he was supposed to September 27th. It was supposed to be Teofimo versus Brian Norman. Turned down for Brian Norman for September 27th. So Jaron Boots Ennis was not on his radar. He was not looking to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis was looking to fight him because he has a belt and he's trying to unify the division. Again, like I said, he has time. He don't have time. Boots is trying to secure all these belts and his legacy at 147 so he can get about this division. That's where the difference lies. Brian Norman was minding his business and on his own time because he just won the belt and he's 23 years old. Top rank. They reached out to Brian Norman. Brian Norman didn't reach out to them. Shakur reached out to Devin Haney. That's the difference. And Shakur did not have any belts. Brian Norman brings a belt to the table and will Boots Ennis' backyard to defend his belt at 23 years old and have to pay his promoter $375,000 to do so. And you talking about just like I said, the difference with Shakur wasn't a world champion. He wasn't going to Devin's backyard. What are you talking about? And Shakur said, I'm going to go the WBC route to demand more money from them. So I said that, yeah, that's more money, 4 times more. I said with Frank Martin, that was 4 times more money than he ever made in his career to fight Shakur Stevenson. The Frank Martin situation is different again because Frank Martin did not have a belt. He did not have a fight for a world title ever, okay? And Frank Martin wasn't fighting in Newark, New Jersey in Shakur Stevenson's backyard. So therefore, Frank Martin was getting 4 times the amount he's made in his career. He was not fighting in Shakur Stevenson's backyard, and he was fighting for a world title for the first time in his career. He was a contender. Brian Norman, champion. Understand the difference. There's a difference. And stylistically, I think that Canelo Alvarez's style puts Terrence Crawford in a position to be successful against him. Puts him in position to be successful. I think that Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And another thing with Boots Ennis, I don't think that he should go to 140, 154 yet. Because he has no leverage there. He has potential. And potential ain't gonna do to the negotiation table. He gonna be in the same situation that he was with at 147. So Shakur is looking at he responded to what Andre Durrell stated, and he said, "Hey, listen, man, these dudes is building Tank Davis up to be unbeatable, right?" And he ain't unbeatable, but I'm keeping notes, as he should. It should be motivation for him. It should be motivation for him against Tank Davis that he take mental notes. That everybody said, it's a dangerous fight. Andre Durrell said that he should stay away from Tank for 2 more fights. Obvious, but it's for obvious reasons, right? Shakur can't be mad at what people's standpoint because Tank Davis is a great fighter. So it's not like Tank Davis is not a great fighter. I can see if Tank Davis wasn't a great fighter, I can understand that. But Tank is a great fighter. So you can see where the doubt comes in. You understand? Especially off of the way you fought Edwin De Los Santos. So that's where get where they gonna draw their conclusions based off of what they see, and what they see is they gonna feel like, hey, bro, you wasn't aggressive, you wasn't trying to engage with a southpaw who got power in Edwin De Los Santos. So you know what? I can't see you getting past Tank, which is a fair assessment because Tank is the ultimate power puncher. Like Andre said, he ain't somebody that's supposed to have power. He got real life power. There's a difference. And he's right. You know what I mean? Edwin De Los Santos, somebody that has power, he's projected that power based off of that fight we saw with El Rayo when he knocked out El Rayo. So, their standpoint, I don't agree with Andre Durrell saying that he needs. Like, there's no 2 fights that he can take that can prepare him for Tank Davis. If he ain't ready for Tank right now, he's never gonna be ready. I don't see 2 fights that he can take that's gonna prepare him for Tank. There's nobody that can mimic what Tank does. Nobody. I mean, the only guy that can possibly make anywhere close to what he is, the closest thing to Tank Davis is Manny Pacquiao. He's 45 years old. If I'm Shakur in training camp, I'm bringing in Manny Pacquiao for sure. I would attempt to bring in Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if he would shut up and laugh and say Inoue is nowhere close to Tank. He don't fight like Tank. He's not a southpaw. He don't fight like Tank. And Inoue got power for sure, but that one punching racing power that Tank has is more than Inoue, bro. And Inoue is smaller than Tank. That the Manny Pacquiao is the most identical you can get to Tank. They both 5'5". They both got 6-7 inch arms. They both got explosive left hands. They both natural southpaws, and they both. I think Tank is more skilled than Manny Pacquiao, but I think Manny Pacquiao is a better athlete than Tank. Manny Pacquiao has faster feet and faster hands than Tank. His feet and his hands move together faster than Tank's does. But Tank is overall, to me, a more skilled fighter than Manny Pacquiao. Just skill set, like just ring IQ, box Q, just the way he set up his knockouts. Manny Pacquiao is raw, athletic, aggressive. He come forward, he's aggressive, he overwhelms you. That left hand gonna get in, or a right hook you don't see, and you up out of here. Tank strategically get you up out of there. That's the difference. That's the difference. So Shakur had to understand that people are their assessment is fair because they're basing it off of your performances and his performances. And it's fair. It's a fair assessment. Period. It's a fair assessment, man. You know what I mean? Tank is different. Bro got the ultimate equalizer. So until somebody show that they're gonna be able to just completely nullify what he does and limit everything he does great. Until somebody can do that and prove it, this is gonna be you're gonna get stoned. You're gonna get knocked out, and it's fair game. It's understandable. He different, but I do understand the fact that, like Shakur is saying, they act like this dude is unbeatable because they do, and there's a lot to do with the fans. You know what I mean? They just act like any flaws you see Tank have in the ring is just nullified because, well, he got the knock. Like, okay. But when it was Deontay Wilder, that's not the case. Deontay Wilder's like, he got lucky. He can't box. He can't fight. But he got the knockout, though. I mean, isn't that what we talking about? He got the knockout. Yeah, but he was losing rounds. Yeah, but it was a game plan. It's always an excuse, man. He was being strategic. He was setting him up. Well, maybe Deontay Wilder was setting him up. Nah, he just can't box. I mean, this is what happened. So I understand when Shakur says that, like, they do, make it seem like he is just invincible, like. But hey, for Shakur Stevenson, that worked in his favor. You know why? He gets to prove them that he's not. That's better for him and his legacy. He say, hey, bro ain't invincible. So, but I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, studying up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. It's your boy Blue. I'm gone. Peace.